Trump's VIP pick is getting clearer as the news is starting to narrow it down. We're going to hear from Tucker Carlson. We're going to hear from Ron DeSantis. We're going to hear from Steve Bannon, people who have the best intelligence on the subject. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where all the happy patriots are. Let's get to this clip that Tucker Carlson gave about his theory on why, well, I didn't expect this guy.
I mean, I kind of like Vivek. I think he's one of those people who everyone beats up on Vivek for being, he's a phony and all this stuff.
Tucker Carlson floats up Vivek, who he likes, and the audience is saying no. This is at a huge conservative rally this weekend. You can tell me in the comments below if you think it will be Vivek. This is, again, where you cast your vote in the comments. But first,
I've covered a lot of campaigns going back to 1992, and I've noticed this thing in many candidates, and I notice it in him. The process of running for president and speaking 3 times a day and having people throw hostile questions in your face causes you to change. They all change during these campaigns, like for real, inside. And I feel like Vivek's positions have gotten much more sincere.
Tucker claims Vivek is getting more sincere. I don't know how you can tell the difference with Vivek when it's sincere and when he's just doing it to get a headline. That's my problem with the guy. I actually really like him. If I could ever peg him as legit, but sincere is not one of the terms I would use to describe him.
I watch him with Nikki Haley and I'm like, this is a guy who's very offended by her views, like for real. He's not attacking her because she's a woman. He's attacking her because he actually thinks her views are terrible for the country he lives in.
And I do agree with Tucker there that the views that Nikki Haley holds would be terrible for the country. And yet her name is the one that's coming up on top of many of the women candidates. Here's Bannon predicts Trump will pick a woman as his running mate. That's the first thing that Nikki Haley has going for is Steve Bannon is one of Trump's inside men and that he would know where he's leaning. And having a female VP solves one of Trump's big problem with a lot of suburban women that will not vote for him, but might feel more comfortable if he had a vice president to always be standing on stage with him, a female. Ex-Trump aide Steve Bannon on Friday predicted former President Trump will choose a woman as his running mate in 2024, highlighting South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, Republican, Rep. Elise Stefanik, Republican in New York, and Rep. Nancy Mace, Republican South Carolina, as contenders for the vice president slot. Quote, my thinking is very structured that I believe President Trump will have a female as the vice president, said Bannon, who served as a top advisor on Trump's 2016 campaign. And then here's Ron DeSantis from Newsweek. Ron DeSantis shares theory on Trump and Nikki Haley. And this is very interesting to me also. Republican presidential candidate Ron DeSantis said he expects his rival Nikki Haley would accept a running mate deal with Trump. Quote, there's a reason why they spend money against me. Haley and Trump spend money against me. He has not spent any money against her, and she has not spent any money against him, DeSantis said on the campaign stop in New Hampshire on Friday. So it sounds like there could be a backroom deal between Nikki Haley and Trump. Quote, she will not answer directly, and she owes you an answer to this. Will she accept a vice presidential nomination from Donald Trump, yes or no? I think yes, of course she would do it. I don't think Trump's going to go with someone whom he nicknamed Bird Brain, although that might still be funny if he continued to call her that after she was his vice president pick. I would guess Kristi Noem, Nancy Mace have a higher chance with Trump. I still think Sarah Huckabee has a real good chance with Trump. She is very high in his view, and I think she'd do very well on the American stage. It's starting to narrow down. If it is a woman, I don't know if that means Vivek is still in the running. I'm Doug in Exile.